It's the Joel Shit Show featuring Joel Shit. Hi, welcome to the Joel Shit Show. I'm your host, Joel Shit. So the notoriety I get with this show is, it really isn't much, and that's fine. It's not why I do it. But I serve on the education committee for junior achievement of Silicon Valley and Monterey Bay. And I mentioned offhand that I do this show, or maybe they've seen it in the signature file of my emails, I don't know. So they needed someone to videotape a volunteer speaking to a class. So guess who they thought of? That's right. So yesterday at 1:57, I was in 6th period at Yerba Buena High School, and I was filming Mr. Hyman, talking to the class about how to interview properly. But the thing is I've never really videotaped anybody. For this, set the camera up, walk over here, say it's the Joel Shit Show featuring Joel Shit. Actually, I say that, then I walk over here. See, I'm not a good director either, obviously. And it's not the same thing. Like, the hardest thing is holding the camera still. So you're like holding on to the camera, and then of course he's walking around, and he's sitting down, and he's standing up, and so it's kind of annoying, that, well, it would be boring if I could just set the camera down. So I finally figured out how to just set the camera down. So then the last half of the class, it's a nice steady shot. I put it on top of like a filing cabinet or something, and then if you would walk around, I would just kind of rotate it this way and this way. Because when I did symposium for Gartner, I would type up the story for the keynote address, and I'd be sitting next to the cameraman. And a lot of what the keynote address is fluff, so I don't have to write everything down. So I'm looking around, trying to, satisfy my short attention span. And I'm looking around, and I look at the cameraman, and he's got this big old $10,000 camera, and he's just like got these two little things to like move it back and forth as the speaker walks around. And I was like, oh, I get it. So I kind of did the same thing with the camera, except I just kind of tilted it back and forth. So I applied knowledge. So, that's what it's all about. Last night was pinball, played like shit. Some days you don't have it. There was no ganas there, none. I was just like, oh, this is something to do. So, and in the regular season, it's kind of like hockey. You just have to make the playoffs. Except, can you imagine in hockey if it was just games played? I don't even have to do well. I just have to play 5 times. That's all the time we have for today. Visit us on the web at joelshitshow.com. Email joel@joelshitshow.com.